Hi guys, Currency Games here with another video. Today we are going to go over the price action on Euro USD. Now today was quite interesting. Well, I said USD, I meant USD and Eurgbp, but let's start with USD because that's what I was mainly focused on today. Today was quite interesting. I was mainly focused on Euro USD after the London session. In the London session, I wasn't confident on the bias, mainly because I wanted to see how the H1 had closed and what structure levels we were breaking on the H1 time frame. Going into New York, one thing you'll notice is that we let me mark out the structure on the H1 coming into New York. This is the structure I was looking at. Let me put that structure. There we go. On the H1, that high and this low here. You can also notice in New York we were breaking multiple levels. Well, in London session we broke multiple levels on the H1. Here as well we broke the structure level here. So we had two MSBs in London session. Once I had this massive bearish candle, that signals to me in New York we could possibly look for shorts and be comfortable with shorts. Now, as you can see on the H1 time frame, we had tapped this fair value gap down here yesterday, which is this H12 fair value gap, and I think was that after we went high. No, yeah, we went high here and then tapped the fair value gap here. That was another reason why I wasn't confident in shorts in London session, because I wanted to see if these levels were holding as an expansion from this H12 fair value gap. But considering we broke market structure on the H1 going into New York, it gave me an inkling that we weren't going to hold from this fair value gap. So as I said before, this was my structure levels I was looking at on the H1. Now, going down lower time frames, I was looking for fair value gaps to form and also a nice point where we could pinpoint a short position going into New York. And as you can see, I had this order block here marked out. Okay, now unfortunately I look for M5 MSBs when I hit my point of interest. The M5 MSB was all the way down here, so this was not a practical setup for me to take. Everything else was there. The structure there on the H1 was there. The PDA for us to go short on was there. It was just the structure on the M5 was not what I needed to see, because there's no point having an SL from this. No point in having a trade like this for me. Like, what's the point in this? And then target this low here. It's not even. Oh shit! One. It's just pointless for me to have something like this. So now, what's this? It's a negative risk to reward because this is the low I'd be targeting. So we had no trade there. Now, let's say I did go on the M1, you could have possibly got an entry. We had an MSB here on the M1, so this is pretty much the same setup we would take on the M5, just in a low time frame. So we had this low break and we had this low break. So if you want to use a breaker zone, you could have used this breaker zone here, or you could have used this zone here. If I was going to enter on the M1, which I don't do anyway, I probably would have used this zone, this bigger one. I'm sorry, this smaller one here, so I probably would have got swerved anyway. But nevertheless, the setup was there on a lower time frame. Now, the reason why I don't like to use the M1 is because it decreases my strike rate, as sometimes the M1 MSB can give you a false MSB, like a false breaking structure. You have to be very careful which ones you choose. So I'd rather just use the M5, as I'm more confident taking shorts off the M5. And as you can see, it just didn't give us a practical setup to take. Now, that's just one of them days. It's fair enough. We already took a trade on, I already took a trade on, I think it was Wednesday. So to be fair, this is something we will journal. And it just shows us the setup is there. Everything is there. It's just about waiting for that prime setup to occur. And as you can see, the setup was there. We had an M5 MSB. We had everything, but the risk to reward just wasn't what I would like to see. Also, considering it's a Friday, end of the week, late New York session, you're not really going to get those volatile movements unless there's like a massive news event coming out, like a medium or high impact news event. So I'm not gonna lie and say I went on the M1 and took this, because I didn't take down the M1. It's not my part of my plan. But nevertheless, the setup on the M5 was there. Just the risk to reward was not favourable and something I would take. So I hope that was a good explanation of this, what I was stalking on EU today. In regards to Eurgbp, nothing much here. In hindsight, there was a fair value gap here and a H1 you could have gone short on, but again, it wasn't something I was paying attention to really and truly. So yeah, I'm just gonna clear my chart now. I'll be back again probably on Sunday to do my weekly outlook, but in regards to today, that's all. And yeah, have a nice weekend and stay safe, innit? Alright, bye.